Hello and welcome back to Chubby Pug Yarn Podcast. My name is Emma and I'm your host. Today it's Sunday, the 22nd of February in the afternoon. My dogs have fallen asleep having a little bit of an afternoon nap. So I figured it would be a good time to record. It's actually 2 weeks since I recorded last. Last weekend I wasn't feeling so good, so I thought it was better for me to recharge my batteries and just relax and come back and do a podcast when I feel good. I think it's better than trying to make something when I don't feel like it. So yes, 2 weeks break, and I haven't been really much productive, but I have been doing some knitting and other crafts. So I figured today, when I have some time and I feel like I have more energy and feel better, I could pop in and say hello to you all and do a little podcast. So you can find me as Chubby Pug Yarn on Ravelry. I also have a Ravelry group if you want to ask some questions or anything. I used to post a link to the YouTube video and post the show notes even on Ravelry, so you can find it there. I have had some problems with it, so one of the members, Wenke, hello, posted a note to me that, I saw on YouTube that you had an episode 8, but I can't find it on Ravelry, but I have had some problems with the computer and stuff, so when you see this, there will be an episode 8, and this is episode 9, closing up to 2 digits. But I have had quite a nice week, even though it has been taking a lot of energy from me. I have had some nice comments on Instagram and in the Ravelry threads, and yeah, when you tag me while you just can see what you're doing while watching my podcast, I get really glad. I get so happy to see what you're working on, and yeah, so that has been one of the energy filling things this week. One of the things that have been filling up energy is my finished object, and I guess that you all know, if you have been watching this podcast before, Rock the Lobster is done. Oh, in all its glory. It turns out like really bright red, but it's actually more like a cold burgundy wine red. And then I have made sewed on some really nice, see if I can get it close enough, nice buttons. It's like a metal tin maybe, I'm not sure. And there's a button band on the inside to stabilize the button band a little bit more. So I blocked it and sewed the buttons in this week. So now I'm going to give it to my friend Monica, who I knitted it for. So Monday morning at work she will get this, and I hope she will be glad. We have tried it several times during my knitting, so it's a good fit, so that makes me happy. And it's really nice to show knitting to the colleagues at work. It's always fun, so yay! Rock the Lobster cardigan is designed by Connie Payne, and I have knitted it on 3.75 and 4mm needles, and I have knitted it in Pickles Extra Fine Merino. So that's the big project that is done after like 3 months. I knit several things at the same time, so sweaters do take like 3 months for me to knit. And last time I recorded, I showed you my Desert Vista Dye Works Frank and Sabari socks that I have knitted. So I was last Sunday, after I recorded the podcast, I started to look around online because I wanted to find some other socks to knit, because I really like to have socks as work knitting, and I really enjoy to use hand knitted socks, and I only have knitted a couple of pair of socks, and most of them my boyfriend take from me, and the rest have been too small. So now I have been experimenting. I'm going to experiment this year at least and try to knit as many socks as I possibly can. And since it's so in 1 week I have a PhD project half done. This is my sock. It's actually a little bit more gray. It looks really blue. Let's see if I... Oh. It's not as blue as it looks, but it's more like gray, blue and purple. So this is the first sock I haven't woven in the ends. It's knitted cuff down with heel flap and gusset, just a regular sock. I actually don't have too much against knitting heel flaps. They fit my foot quite well, and this pattern came in big sizes, which made me so happy. So the pattern, maybe I should say, is called Chain Socks by Mone Drage. I'm not sure if I pronounce it correctly. But yeah, it was published in Stockopied Spring this year, so it's completely new. I think my socks are like the 3rd or 4th project ever knitted in this on Ravelry. I knitted it with my 2.5mm cubics DPNs. So this is the first one, and it's slip stitches that moves around, and I have made quite far on the second one, so I just passed the heel and gusset decreases. So this one only needs a foot. I'm actually planning to have these on Knit One Heart 2's knit along. They have a knit along for unappreciated patterns. So if you have any project that will be done before the end of February that have less than 30 projects, you can have it there. So I'm planning to finish this before the end of February and have it in the cal. I also know that Bakery Bears and Nick Knits is going to have a sock knit along in March and April, so that's more reason for me to knit more socks when these ones are done. So the cast on for that knit along is the 1st of March, and I'm planning to knit some other socks. I have quite a lot of sock yarn, so yeah. But anyway, the yarn for these, maybe I should tell you about, is from a Swedish interdyer, and she has an Etsy shop with the name Moods of Colors. The Pomatome socks I knitted in my early episodes is from Moods of Colors. So this is her 4-ply sock yarn, and this colorway is called Steampunk Moods. I will post pictures on it properly on my Ravelry group, on my Ravelry page and the product page, so you can see like the beautiful grey that doesn't show up so well in my lighting today. But yeah, project half done. I'm really glad. And also I went to the knitting cinema this Wednesday. It's the second movie, and then we will see a third movie in March. So then I needed some mindless knitting for the cinema. So I have promised another colleague at work to knit her a sweater. So now when I'm finished Monica's sweater, I have in these beautiful bird leg bags, I have my second sweater for the year. This sweater is called the Skappelgense. I talked about it a few episodes ago. It's the Norwegian family called Skappel. Skappel, I'm not sure. Norwegian family which have designed several sweaters, but the first one is the one I'm knitting. So actually you're knitting like a big square for the back and a big square for the front, and then you sew them together and you knit two rectangulars shaped for arms that you sew like under the arm, and then sew to the body pieces. So it's really simple. It's just garter stitch, and since I'm knitting back and forth, it's just stockinette stitch every row. And my Brontosaurus is keeping me company. This works perfect as mindless knitting, and I'm using 2 alpaca yarns that my colleague at work, she bought them and gave them to me, said please knit me this sweater. So the first one is a mini alpaca from Sandnes, which is quite thin, alpaca yarn. And then from Rauma, it's a yarn called Iris, which has this really fluffy yarn. So I'm knitting 1 strand of each, and it's quite light fabric because I'm knitting it on, let's see, 7mm needles, so it's quite quick. So this is how far I have gone. I will put my Brachiosaurus at the top for where I am now when I am talking to you, so that I can show you the progress, because I think it's quite hard to see progress on just squares like this. So now he's on the last row I have knitted, so I can show you the next time how far I have come. I'm actually watching quite a lot of TV series for now, so I think I will probably have some knitting time for it, but yeah, we'll see. And then I have my last, not my last, but one of the last projects works in progress. I have started my little blanket. It's really tiny for now. I went to my local yarn store and bought this really dark gray that I'm joining it with. So this is my 4 first squares, and then I have like this bag filled with scraps of different kinds. Here is the dark gray. I'm using, it almost looks black, but it's dark gray. It's Sandnes sisu, which is wool and nylon, which I'd use as a border. So yeah, my blanket isn't big, but I think it will be beautiful when I get more squares in. I have like 4 squares more, but I want to like crochet like many squares so I can pick and place them where I think they are fitted well. So this square is from my Franken Somebody socks. It's quite nice. So I keep them in my bag, and I will probably crochet a lot of squares the next month or so, I guess. Or probably I will probably need to crochet squares for like a year before the blanket is finished, but anyways. Yeah, on the spinning, I have actually finished my second single for the alpaca. I'm getting more consistent. It's not anywhere close to perfect, but more and more of the yarn is like the same thickness, so it's quite nice. I think I have like maybe it's 1/3 left of it, so I have 2 of these balls, or cakes I should say, with singles, and I will probably spin up the last third on yet another single and maybe do a free ply. I think so, at least. But before I start on the last alpaca single, I felt like because now I've been spinning maybe almost 200 grams of gray alpaca, I felt like I need some color. So I did a search in my stash, and I found a lovely braid of Nerd Girl yarns. I bought it from Frida Knitting With You last year. So it's Nerd Girl Yarns fiber of the month called Bumblebee. As the name maybe says, it's a lot of yellow and some gray, but mostly yellow and a little bit of orange. So it's like a big sunshine. So I decided, yeah, I'm gonna pick this and I'm going to spin it, and I'm really enjoying it. I will post in a picture of it because it's on my spinning wheel, so on my progress here. I'm really pleased with it so far, and I hope I will get some more time spinning some sunshine. I think the mix is merino seacell. I'm not sure if it's 80/20 or something. It's really, really soft, and I like how it spins up. Since I'm quite a newbie, I'm just spinning the fiber as the fiber wants. But I'm really enjoying it, so I hope to knit something nice out of it in the end. And my crafting doesn't end there. I just do a little bit here and a little bit there. I have like one knitting bag in my office at work, and I have one knitting bag by my computer, and I have one project bag in my sofa. So wherever I am, I always have something to do. But I think it's quite relaxing. So yeah, I talked about I'm wanting to try new crafty things. And now I have started my first cross stitch. It doesn't look so much for now maybe, but it's fun. It takes some time, but I think it's fun. I want to reveal what it is, so maybe you can guess what it is, so I can show you like every week and see if anyone can find out what kind of thing I'm doing in this cross stitch. Maybe. Let's see if I don't talk too much and say it anyway. But yeah, I'm really lucky that I have some good. I have like a sewing shop with like fabrics, a little bit of quilting fabrics and stuff. And they also have like embroidery and cross stitch things. So I went there and said, hey, I want to do this. How do I do it? What do I need? So they helped me pick out the right fabric for the cross stitch and the right colors, and so it's fun. And actually, I like the frame I use. I have gotten from my grandmother, so I can use a lot of stuff that I've gotten from her also. So it's nice. And this week I don't have any knitting desires. I have hardly been on the computer at all, so I haven't been like influenced so much lately. I hope to get some more energy back to get inspired and wanting to do stuff. Yeah, I thought I had some stash enhancement to do this week, but I don't think I have any actually. If I had something that I have forgotten, I will show it next week. I thought I have brought anything I need to talk about, but yeah. And the sun is starting to set, so soon I won't have so much lighting left, so maybe it's a good time to take a break for now. And this will probably be a really short podcast for me, but better short than nothing, at least. So I hope that you will have a really nice week. Tag me, show me what you're knitting on or crocheting on, and hope you will have a wonderful, wonderful week with a lot of knitting and fun. And I will do my best to record next week. So take care. Bye.